This video is our presentation of Advanced Micro Devices. It's a New York Stock Exchange listed company trading our ticker AMD. Just want to take a look at this stock. It's a pretty popular play. 33.5 million shares traded on Tuesday. A little bit of an increase above the norm. The stock's pretty heavily traded on a regular basis. Really falling apart. Semiconductor business has been getting beat up this year. While I'm not sure it's found a bottom yet, it is looking like it's potentially pretty close. Up day yesterday, even as the markets were crushed. Just going to stay on radar for some continuation off the bottom. Now, we're not going to get a great deal from these indicators because the stock has been on such a fall. But what I am looking for is something like that from the MACD to actually make a little bit of a higher low for the first time in a while. See, it really hasn't even done anything like that since the ending part of 2011. PPO and ADX are going into pincher formation. Of course, when it takes on that look, I definitely look for a bounce. Money flow index down real low, showing that people are paying lower prices to acquire the stock. Accumulation distribution obviously shows there's been some selling going on. It's also reflected in shaking money flow deep in the red. CCI, I'll be looking for that move through negative 100. Of course, it did turn up off a negative 200 with a little bit of buying pressure yesterday. Full still, buried in oversold territory. Obviously, there's no bullish momentum in this play at this point. The tricks, the lag indicator, not getting much from that either at this point. RSI's buried and oversold, making a slight turn with yesterday's 2% up day. What this is going to come down to for me, so I want to see it hold that bottom support right around $2. If it falls through, you see there's no more support in sight. This is a one-year chart. Have to scale back even further to try and find some historic support levels. So for the intents and purposes of the near term, I want to see that $2 mark hold. Now the upside of this is pretty nice because I don't foresee it running into any sort of resistance until it fills the gap from last week up around 260. That's a better than 20% move from Tuesday's close at 214. And beyond that, has another gap to fill up around 309. And that's where I'd see the next resistance point. So with volume not being a concern, momentum indicators being buried in oversold territory, and maybe getting the slightest early signs from the MACD that the trend might try and undergo a shift, I think it's time to keep AMD on radar to see if it's finally going to find a bottom. Those are the type of things that I'd look for in the AMD chart, but as always, merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching and trade smart.